stay home, waiting on the phone, and no hesitate. Show up looking good, smell the bella, playing kissy face. Just wanna let you know that we appreciate it. And thank you for us on the day-to-day.
T.I., man, what are you doing? What are you doing out here? This is for the women who man caught a sentence, who gonna be there for a minute, but they didn't keep their distance. They stayed home waiting on the phone. Come on, man. Did you really make a song like that? T.I., I got your back, boy, whatever it's called. This dude is really just telling our women out here and our sisters out here to stay with these men who are in jail. Stay with these men who are in jail and oftentimes go right back to jail after they get out, just like T.I., and not move on with their lives or find somebody better who can provide a better life. And y'all don't have to just stay out here dating these thugs and these jailbirds out here. But that's what T.I. is doing. He's like brainwashing our females, telling them to stay with these losers, oftentimes who are losers, and not move on with their lives and try to find something better for them and oftentimes their children. And it's not just about T.I. It's more than that. It's bigger than that. It's about hip hop and the messages that they really promote, and they pound these images and these lyrics like this into our heads. This song gets radio play out the ass. They pump this song into our brains day after day after day after day. And T.I. is really just saying that he appreciates these women who are quote unquote strong for staying with these guys while they're in jail and not cheating on them and not moving on with their lives, but they're gonna, like he said, stay waiting by the phone, stay at home waiting by the phone, and come visit me and be there no matter what I do. And Carrie, she on the hook singing, I promise I'll never let you go, no matter what you do, I'll stay by your side. Go ahead, Wes.
You pretty much said it, my nigga. Like, I don't want to go in on T.I. because I know he's about to be doing some more time, but it's like you see what happens when you stay with a dude like that. You end up like Tiny. You end up in the passenger seat, and you end up in handcuffs too. But I think the worst thing about it is that there is so many other people, like, I'm not even gonna say people, I'm gonna say black males out here that actually are trying to do stuff, and you're still sitting here just probably with your baby, and you're just still sitting here waiting on this dude to come back from jail. You probably gonna wait a good 2 decades, because he's probably doing at least 20 years if he's on his like second felony. So you probably done waited a good 5 already, and then he got out. Y'all had a baby. He was cool for a good 2 years. That gave him enough time to have 2 babies, and now he's back in jail doing 20. And now you gonna wait 20 more years? Explain the logic to me. You gonna wait 20? I know he was doing good. I know he's your baby's father, and as a black woman out there, that ain't no other nigga gonna try to take care of your kids. So I know it makes half sense to you that the only person that should take care of your kids is your baby's daddy, who happens to be in jail. But in this society today, you have the option of going out and continuing to date other people, because obviously this man does not know what he wants, because if he really wanted you, he would not be in jail with other men. I like freedom mostly, and obviously if he doesn't like freedom, he doesn't know what he wants. So I feel like most women should take that, and they should go with it. They should go other places with their love, because obviously this man does not love you enough to stay out of jail. But yeah, you have something else to say on that?
So it really just comes down to a lot of these women out here, and they want like my friend Sergeant Willie Pete said, he coined the term, the Tupac with the degree, the sensitive thug with the degree that'll somehow protect you, even though a quote unquote thug will put you in more danger. I don't know how they think they thought of that, but the thing is that with the fresh pair of J's, and he's Mr. Swagnificent, and, you know, he got game for days, and he's real smooth, you know, they want that guy. Now, sometimes that guy is not really headed anywhere. You know, of course there are exceptions, but a lot of these athletes out here pulling all the girls, you know, they got the 2.0 GPA. Now imagine if a lot of these women out here, you know, in high school and even in middle school, because let's keep it real, people are having real sex, you know, real early right now. And what if they required these guys out here that they had a 3.0 to have sex with them? At least 75% of these guys.
How high would GPA skyrocket?
It would be so crazy. It would just like all of a sudden it would be on the news. They would be like, well, we've been holding these brothers down for decades, but you know, black girls decided to turn around and require them to have 3.0s. So now they all have 3.5 GPAs, and
they're all engineers and architects now.
You know, but it's really a big deal, and there's no way that somebody like me could tell these guys to, you know, quote unquote, get their crap together or whatever, because what they're doing out here is getting the most women. T.I., you know, Mr. Trap Star, and, you know, it's not just T.I. I would definitely play that a year and a day mixtape, because I like some of T.I.'s music, but I just totally disagree with this song. And this isn't the first song about that. I can name like 4 off top, like Don't Forget About Me, that song that he made, and Collect Call. You know, he's like, are you gonna accept my collect call? Well, I'm sitting in jail, lonely with all these scary men around me. You know, and I'm like, oh my God. You know, it's just really brainwashing these women out here. And, you know, like I said, Carrie Hilson is on there like, you know, I'm this and I'm special because I'll wait for my man in jail. It's like, all right, you left your man while he was in jail alone with you. I wrote my man every day and I waited for him to get out of jail. And, you know, it's really ridiculous, but this T.I. song really just reflects the much bigger issue going on.
Yeah, it does, and I feel as though that it really comes down to their decision, and they don't. I feel like people don't look into the future, because when it comes down to it, if you're spending most of your life in jail, you're not gonna be making that much money. You're not really gonna support your family at all. Most of the time you're in jail, your woman's gonna be making your money. So if you spend half your life in jail, then it's pretty much she did all the work. So you're waiting on a nigga to get out of jail just so he can come back to your house and eat your food. He's gonna sleep on your couch for a good 2 weeks just expecting food and massages because he's straight out of jail. And he's gonna wait to get a job. You know, it's the same equation most of the time, and then they end up back in jail. And it's such a bad thing, but it's just what it is, and you can't deny it. But other than that, you got any remarks, Ski?
My final remark would just be that if you're really waiting on one of these guys to get back from jail, and honestly, I've seen girls' Facebook statuses talking about, you know, I can't wait to see this guy. He's coming out of jail in 3.5 years. I've really seen a girl say that, and you know, there's nothing I can tell if she's stuck in that Carrie Hilson mindset. Not that Carrie Hilson that's on that mindset, but you know, the message that she's displaying in this song, and that's her life. She's like, oh, well, you know, I'm not dating anybody else. I'm taking care of my baby, and I'm gonna wait until he comes out. And when he comes out, we're gonna be together, and everything's gonna be great. And I'm like, you know, I don't even understand how these dealers could like provide this lifestyle. You put $10,000 in the bank without pay stubs, and you know the IRS is on your ass. You know that you drive around in his Lexus is only good until he gets caught, and then you're left with nothing. So in the end, and if you look at your future, you gotta really look at the guys who are going somewhere. And this isn't my rant on why women should date me or anything like that, because it's really not. It's just showing that if you really want something good for yourself, you gotta make positive choices in the men that you date. Bam.
Yeah, and I feel like I have to go into that. T.I. is not no regular dude. I feel like when girls listen to this, they're imagining T.I. sitting in jail instead of their dude sitting in jail. T.I. had 1 year in jail. Tiny sat on her butt for 1 year by herself in that big mansion, driving around fancy cars, even got her a reality TV show for 1 year. That's not that long of a time. And if Tiny were to let T.I. go, where would she go? Who has the money in that relationship? You have to think about these things because T.I. is not no regular dude out here.
Thank God he finally married her, otherwise she wouldn't have anything.
Exactly. Tiny had to wait on T.I. If Tiny didn't wait on T.I., she still might have T.I.'s money, but when T.I. came out of jail, he's still going to be making more money. So she would have let go of a good couple G's. And I feel like the only situation where you should really wait on a nigga that's in jail is if you were Miss Nelson Mandela. Miss, what was her name? Do you know her name? Winnie Mandela. If your man got locked up for 20-some years for something he definitely for nothing, you better not go nowhere. You better wait there because it doesn't make no sense to leave. He didn't do anything. But that's my take. You girls aren't no regular girls. You good on that one?